So, Black Friday is known for massive crowds and hectic shopping. Now, from your perspective, what are the top security risks that shoppers face during this time of the year?
All right. So the biggest problem is curiosity strangles the cat. So the public must be very, very careful that they don't see this kind of shopping in a light where they fall for something that sounds too good to be true. Mm-hmm. So this is quite a mouthful, but I'll unpack it quickly.
Okay.
You must still, like with any deal, do a thorough investigation. Check things out, verification. Do what you need to do to unpack what you want to buy, and if it's in fact available, if it's in fact the quality, and if it's in fact in any way actually a real bargain. Because where will you find out what the previous prices were? All right. But say, for instance, you know that something was 200 and now it's say 150. Then you've got a starting point. There is a 50 Rand discount, and you must find out, because it's totally relying on the public. And as you yourself has very well said, we just jump in, the public, and assume that, first of all, the quality will be the same, the quality and the price will be that bargain, and it will be available. So you have to check all those things out. And if you don't do that, then you're going to fall for the scams coming up next Friday.
Now, let's look at parking lots. They become very chaotic in this period. What are some common crimes that occur outside the stores and more in the parking lots?
Well, yeah, the biggest problem is overcrowding. And when there's overcrowding, there's usually not proper planning. So a family must properly plan. We can actually, if you guys don't mind, I have some extreme bullet points closer to the time that I would like to present to the public. We'll send it out in a project by, say, Wednesday, Thursday, but we can have a talk again on the radio if you like.
Yeah, I think we will have to,
yeah. The public must plan this. This is like a planned excursion. So the elderly must be very careful, because they are very easily influenced, distracted, and then whoop, everything that you've bought is gone. Sometimes the elderly are even taken in their cars and driven about by the criminals. And they even drop the stuff and take whatever's in the car and empty all the credit card accounts, because that happens as well. It's a form of kidnapping. So the elderly is especially, in my opinion, shouldn't be there. If you're extremely healthy and strong and a family member or two, then you go. The wife obviously would want to go. It's excitement as well. Look, there's nothing wrong with doing exciting things, and there's nothing wrong with trying to get a good price. These are all things that we've been doing for years, but unfortunately, you have to now, like in a Pac-Man game, you have to be careful what can eat you and what can take advantage of you. And if you're not extremely careful and positively paranoid, you can be robbed in the parking lots. A lot of jamming. You go, you put some stuff in the car, when you come back, everything is gone. So they must be careful for locking the cars properly. When you walk away, when you lock the car, stand and watch. But then when you walk away, about 20 meters, do it again. And then again. But don't turn around, just do it. And then the last time, about the third or the fourth time, you turn around and do it again. Because the jamming signals goes at the same time that you press. And that's when they jam the vehicles. And with so much people in in the parking lots and everywhere. It's very easy. And then obviously one last thing also in this overcrowding situation, don't underestimate the security guards. They might steal just as much as the criminals or even corrupt cops. That pulls you over. Says you're overloaded or this or that, or they want something. It's unfortunate. This is what our country has become to. We've had all these discussions before. Corruption is rife from government level to the man in the public.
Now, a lot of people avoid the crowds and shop online. What cyber threats spike during Black Friday?
That's the most dangerous. Those who don't want to do the effort and go into the shop and let's take an example. It's summer, and you can get a air cooler or a fan at a very good price, and they just shop online. Here you have to be very careful. You have to know the store, and you must at least have some form of relationship with the store. In other words, you've been there before, you've bought products before, you didn't have problems. You cannot just go into any online shopping site. You must remember nowadays they're very clever. They can mimic Dis-Chem, they can mimic Pick n Pay, they can mimic Checkers, any of these big markets, wholesalers, and they like words like wholesalers and explosive words with exclamation marks and a lot of emojis. So people must be very careful what their eyes fall for. It's not what you read that is the facts. It's what you found out about what you've read that is the facts. So if you see a moor of a page with exclamation marks, big black red letters, and obviously all the necessary wording that really draws your attention and beautiful pictures, that is the one that you should actually already investigate thoroughly. But if it's a known store and you know the store and you know the people, then it's no problem.
Thank you for that. Now, Mike, tell me, using public Wi-Fi for shopping is that ever safe?
Yeah, it should be safe. There are those that can try and enter and abuse your platforms or your profiles or your digital or electronic communications. You must just be a bit, and we've spoken of this many a times before, you need to know your cell phone as well as your car, as well as your Bible, as well as your math book, as well as your everyday living. Your cell phone is part of your life. It's an extension of your hand. And you should know the cell phone like the palm of your hand. This is the item that you use most in life. There's nothing more that you use more in life. It's the biggest love affair on earth is man and his cell phone.
Absolutely.
So you must use it correctly, and you must know it, and you must know it off by heart, and you must always keep your phone clean and change your passwords regularly and put it off when you don't use it.
Now, many teens shop on their own. What advice would you give parents about keeping them safe?
Well, the children are actually quite more aware and awake. It's like they're a bit more techie than the elderly or the parents. But parents and children and families must always, and anyway in this silly season and holiday season, which starts now very soon, must work together. So family must not just give their kids a random amount of money. They must ask them to go and do a search what they would want and then assist them with that. I mean, isn't that what a parent does?
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, our kids want to get stuff what they want, and it doesn't necessarily agree with parents. But, this is where relationships comes in. I have heard of how many times of families that is broken to the ground because of ill spending and because money that walked out the front door and love left at the back door. Because if you don't look after money, it can have an extreme stressful effect on the family. So the family must always plan together. Money nowadays is scarce. It's not everywhere. And every cent you now have is much more less of a value than it was 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 years ago. So in other words, if you got 1,000 rand, you haven't got much. I mean, 10, 15 years ago, 1,000 rand brought you quite a distance.
Absolutely.
In those years, the crooked criminals dealt with thousands and tens of thousands of thefts. Nowadays, they deal with millions, billions. So everything has escalated in all kinds of levels, and the worth of money has dropped immensely. But you still need it to survive. You take money out of the system today in South Africa, and for one day, just one day, take out all money, and let's say blatantly just keep it at bay, 1,000 miles away, total, all money. What do you think will happen tomorrow?
I think
it's a total collapse.
Collapse, yeah. Everything will collapse, definitely. Definitely. But Mr. Bolis, thank you for joining me on the program this morning. Thank you for the tips that you have shared. I'm sure that the listeners will take cognizance of it. And, of course, we'll try and talk to you after Wednesday when you can share those bullets with us insofar and how to exercise caution as well.
Thank you, man.
Do you have...
We will send out a proper project for you guys. Thanks for always calling us. And at this time, I wish everybody, this is the last week before December, I wish them very safe week, and then obviously festive seasons, etc., etc. We'll do that again. But plan now, families. Plan now. Sit down now. You should have done it actually already. And plan everything that things go smoothly. It's rather better to do things now than sort out a problem afterwards. Thank you for the opportunity. Regards and God bless.
Thank you, sir. All the best to you. We spoke to Mr. Mike Bolhuis, a security specialist, and he spoke to us about taking security measures and taking security steps during the festive season, and especially on what we call Black Friday, when all those bargains are going to be all around.